we doing, people? We okay? Hiya, watch, folks. We're gonna. It's a Pepsi. I believe that's the term, Pepsi. It's a Rotary. This was a Christmas gift for my lovely wife, and I love it. It's a GMT Rotary. It's a quartz. We have the date function there, and we have our dual coloured bezel. We have a lovely kind of brushed at the outside and polished at the inside stainless steel. We have a really nice bit of branding on the clasp there. We have a little clip, and then we have the safety buttons on top of it as well. All I've done was get a link took out of it, and it fits me perfectly. It really does. Cracking bit of kit. On the back on this one, you still see the bit where the sticker was. Water resistance to 50 metres, mineral glass, and stainless steel. Fair heft. You know you're wearing a watch when you're wearing this thing, man. Big heft to this watch. Lovely bit of wrist presence on it. So much so I'm actually going to take the G-Shock off, which I'll show you next. I'm going to show you this going on. It's got a lovely bit of presence on the wrist. Nice, you know, kind of colour scheme as well. The loom on it's fantastic, I find. We've got the rotating bezel. Only goes the one way, which I'm told is the correct thing for a diving watch. I don't know, I'm still pretty new to these things, aren't we? I'm probably not lined that up perfectly, which will probably really irritate someone. And we have the dots for the index markers with a different one at the four corners. We have a date at 3 o'clock, as we can see there. We've got a lovely, easy to use adjustment wheel for adjusting and setting the date and the time. It's a lovely presence. It's had a few looks off people. I've worn it a couple of times since I got it. It's had a few comments off people. It's quite nice. You know, some people thought it was more expensive before they looked at it closely. I love a rotary watch. I think they're incredibly underrated. I think they're very much a British thing. I don't know if you really get them overseas, if people wear them a lot overseas or anything like that. But rotary, I think they make some really nice pieces. I've got a solid silver rotary, which I might put in the channel one day, which I got for my 21st. So it's 22 years later. It's a bit beat up, but it's still going fine. It's great. Cracking quality thing. This has got a pure bit of heft to it. I'll give you some measurements on it. This one, we have a dial width of about 45. We have a lug to lug of about, that way, it's about 50mm, and we have a depth on this one. It's nice, got a bit of chunk to it. It's about 17mm deep, so there is a bit of presence to it that way, you know. Definitely has a bit of presence to it. It's a lovely watch to wear. It's a wonderful gift to get someone. It's $99.99 at the moment from H. Samuel, so it's right at the top of what I would ever pay for a watch anyway, to be honest with you. Unless somebody else intervened and topped me up, or it was a gift or a monumental special occasion. I'm going to go now into something that's a little bit more expensive than the other two that I've done so far. I would say we're moving up a price bracket. Folk will laugh at that, you know, people can afford to pay like 500-600 quid for, you know, a watch, whatever. To me, moving up to the 50 quid price is quite a big deal. What we've got here, again, this is another Argos find. Argos in the UK, we have a lovely Casio Edifice Chrono. It's a lovely piece. Let me show you this. It's a cracking, you know, kind of there's 5 different steps on the bands. We've got brushed, polished, brushed, polished, brush in there. We've got the nice Edifice logo on there. We've got the little safety button on this clasp to get that off there. Again, nice brush finish there. Solid little snap on that one. We have screw-in links on this one. Again, I didn't have to adjust it. It fit me absolutely fine out the box. I just had to move it down on the micro adjustment. We've got a couple of micro adjusters. I had to move it down like 1 notch really. Wasn't too far, but you know, again, I've got quite a big wrist. It should be nice and easy to get it shortened or adjusted for you. We have a lovely kind of bezel round about here, nice thick dark blue. I don't know if the camera's really picking it up very well or not. We have a lovely bright orange second hand, and we have our indices all marked nice with the blocks. Lovely loom on this one at night as well. It really is. Tack on this one, as you can see, we've got our top button. Starts everything going. We've got our second counter down the bottom, milliseconds up here, and then we've got our hours on this one. As we go through, stop, we reset. It's not quite as flashy as some chronos you'll see to reset, you know. It's a lovely timepiece. It's got a bit of heft to it. It's not I wouldn't say it's especially massive. Do you know what I mean? It's not monstrous, but it's not the smallest either. We have, I'll try and position this a bit better. We have a width of, I'd call that 42, and we have a lug to lug just under 50, so about 49mm on that one. And this one's a bit thicker than my previous ones I've shown you. This one's about 12 to 13mm thick, so it's got a bit more heft to it. You know you're wearing it, it feels more substantial. I find it though, this was a gift, so I don't know. I was told it was around about the £50 mark, so I didn't want to go searching. The thing I get with this though is, unless you're in quite a brightly lit situation, I find this to be quite difficult to read. So I'll put it in a wee bit of shadow if I can, and you might be able to kind of see what I mean. This is quite a brightly lit workshop I'm in at the moment. We've got a couple of sets of lights on. Apologies if you hear the diesel heater going in the background, keeping the chill off. I find it quite, it's not the kind of thing I can just have a quick glance at and know what I'm doing. Like my G-Shock, I can see the hands there quite easy because they're outlined in silver. This one, I don't know if it's because of the darker background, or I don't know if it's because of the chrono, because the dials are the same colour as the main dial. I don't know if they're distracting my eyes or what. But to me, it's a lovely looking timepiece, but it's not the most practical. I find it as a day-to-day wearer. It's not something I'm going to wear a massive amount. It's a nice watch, don't get me wrong, but it's not a quick at-a-glance watch. And as it's a gift, I would be trying to keep it a bit better, you know, when you want to wear it every day and get it beaten up. So it is there. It's going to get used. I'm not a massive fan of chronos. I think I've only got like 2. It's not really my thing, but it's nice anyway. You know, it's a lovely timepiece, a lovely gift. It looks really impressive when you get it in a box, which I don't have with me at the moment. But yeah, lovely timepiece. Lovely entry into the Edifice as well. I know some of the Edifice pieces can go quite expensive, so it was nice to find that you can get them and the kind of more reasonable end of things as well. From a great brand, you get a great Casio brand there too. Again, we've got our date wheel on the side. We've got our 2 pushers for the chrono there too. Nice polished stainless case, stainless steel back. On this one we quote a water resistance of 10 bars, which I can't remember what that is. Does it say in meters on it? It doesn't say in the front, but that's a lot. It's more than washing your hands. You could go for a swim with this one. But yeah, it's a nice watch, I have to say. It's really quite, it probably looks a lot more expensive than it is. You know, it's a nice flash, nice bit of flash for you in a day-to-day case there. Okay. Cheers, peoples. Catch you next time.